Hello, Mr. Wellman. This is Alex Tran, and today I will be doing Chapter 2, Exercise 5, and this will be for my YouTube video homework. What I will be doing off is Chapter 2, Exercise 5. And this will be based around the compounding interest formula. And what I will have to do is basically be able to input any value for t. So I have to be able to get any value I want for t. And what I will have to do is use the input variable or the input module. And what I will have to do is I will set P to 10,000, N to 12, R to 8%, and T as my input value. And as you can see here, I've already set up everything here, and this should be the proper way to write my code. So I will set P as 10,000 because it is my starting amount of money that I will be starting with. And N will be 12 is because there are 12 months within a year, and this will be compounding monthly. R will be my rate of interest, which will be 0.08, which is equivalent to 8%. And what this will be dealing with is basically how I set up my compounding interest formula. What I did next was where I was messing up. What I did was, instead of putting the float in first, I just went straight for the input. So when I went straight for the input, it didn't work out too well. When I put in the input like this, it doesn't work out too well because the input will, no matter what, be a string. And when I put out the print like this, and I just copy and paste it into my system, when I try to save and then I try to run it, my prompt will still show up properly. As you can see here, it says, please insert how many years has your money been compounding interest. And let's say I want 4 years, right? This should be working fine. But the thing is, there's a type error. For my asterisk, when I'm trying to multiply my double asterisk, when I'm trying to multiply n and t together, basically what happens is I'm trying to multiply an integer, which is 12, to a string, because I haven't set up this value as a float yet. So basically what happens is it can't properly multiply together. So what I have to do is I have to set it up as a float. And when I've set it up as a float, it will be able to multiply the two together. So after I save, it should be able to run my option, and I still want 4, around 4, and this is how it should look like. And this was what my compounding interest after 4 years is. And I can do this multiple times to see how many times it should be. So let's say I want like 2. That's my answer for 2 years of compounding interest. And what I could have probably done is set up this equation a lot simpler, as in the way that I could have just simply honestly just like done it a lot simpler, where I can just simplify everything into one sentence. But I did it like this so I could read my code easily. And the reason why I like doing this is because I can see every step. And as you can see, I put down a little comment for myself so that you have to turn t into a float, or if it won't work. Oh, I'm sorry, it's kind of late right now. Or it won't work due to it being unsupported by the double asterisk. And this is because as input, it inputs it always as a string, I believe. And if that's not right, then I can probably wrong. But it's just to convert it to a float, and so that it can work properly. And this was my YouTube video for Chapter 2, Exercise 5. I hope I did okay for my first YouTube video, and thank you.